right, so the coronavirus crisis in the past few weeks has resulted in a lot of press releases, a lot of national meetings, and a lot of new schemes, financial support, and other kind of economic support for different classes of people in Australia. So considering the fact that we are going through a very, very tough phase, more than 5,300 people affected as of today, it is a tough time. We all agree with that. So the new schemes that was introduced in the last weeks were job seeker payment, that is for people, individuals who have lost jobs or who have been stood down from jobs, who have been reduced hours, can apply for the unemployment benefit to the Centrelink. So that was given for individuals who have been affected. And for businesses to sustain and businesses to encourage to retain staffs, the government introduced a new payment called JOBKEEPER payment. So these two types of payment called job seeker payment and job keeper payments were introduced by the Australian government to support people and businesses to combat the financial crisis due to coronavirus outbreak. Now, what has happened is all of us agree that it has been given to the Australian citizens and permanent residents and New Zealand citizens who predominantly live here. Now, we have to take this information with a pinch of salt when we have anger due to this particular statement. Now, when I say citizens, when I say permanent residents, everybody who's an Australian citizen, everybody who's a permanent resident does not get this benefit, okay? So we have to research, we have to analyze and understand the conditions. So everything comes with an asterisk, everything comes with conditions applied. So it's only for people who have been with the same employer for the past 12 months, which is not most of the case in the Australian system, in the Australian work sector. So people keep jumping jobs, people keep shifting, people keep moving. So not many people become eligible in that particular sector. And there's also a clause which I've not verified yet. If the partner is working, if the partner earns more than $1,500 a fortnight, then the other partner, so the spouse, whoever has lost the job, is not eligible. I haven't personally verified it yet because my partner, who has been stood down from his position, he works with the airport. Because of this coronavirus crisis, he has applied for one and he has not got an outcome yet. So that's the job seeker payment. For the job keeper payment, for the employer to provide this benefit, that particular employee should be working or should have been working for more than a year as a permanent, temporary or casual staff. So everything comes with an asterisk, everything depends case to case. As far as I've seen in Australia, anything, if you are going to fight with a general statement that's being released, then you are definitely wrong. You haven't done your bit of research, okay? So the Prime Minister has basically said about the temporary residents, it is more targeted towards students who are aggressive, who are losing hope, who are being really, really frustrated with the economy, not getting part-time jobs. So that statement was more to emphasize that it is a legal requirement for students to come here with 1 year of economic support, because that's the reason you'll show the finances to the embassy when applying for visa. So the statement basically means if you have a financial hardship, then you have an option to go back home. Whereas if you consider permanent residents and citizens, it is the responsibility of the Australian government to take care of them. So they are the responsibility, whereas they don't consider temporary residents for like visitor visa holders and temporary visa holders. It is very unfortunate. I mean, even I feel sad about it because for the past 3 years, I've been paying tax as an Australian citizen. So we make basically a checkbox in the tax form saying I am an Australian citizen for tax purposes. So we pay equal taxes, but we don't get the benefit. But we have to accept that we did agree to the terms and conditions when the visa was granted. We all know that this is an entry for a lifetime, and that is basically the little bit of the incubation period, or I would say like the probation period we go through before we get our permanent residency. We all agreed to it, okay? So it is our responsibility to understand that the government has not changed the terms in times of crisis. They're only trying to emphasize that this is what we have agreed upon and we stand by that. Okay, I personally feel very, very sorry. In all the videos I've said, 489 holders and temporary visa holders are suffering without much care. So I will link my other videos where I talk about individual temporary visa holders. What is the scenario? What are the levies that the government is providing for each of these visa holders? And what is my opinion about it? Okay, so it is not a brutal statement. It is not a racist statement. It is just a statement to emphasize that the government prioritizes the citizens and residents because it is their responsibility to protect the economy, to protect the health sector, to revive the economy back after the crisis. Okay, so let's all be sensible and not react with emotions, and accept the fact that all of us globally, we are going through a very challenging phase, and let's face it together with empathy and let's overcome it. I'll see you all in the next video. Stay safe.